So it turns out that they found that the grenades, they were basically originally manufactured in the Soviet Union, probably about 1960, 65, but were stored effectively, and that means they weren't degraded. They still were useful and powerful, called F1s or F1As. Were anyway, they originally sold or transferred to the Provisional IRA, but when they had the Belfast, the Ulster peace accords, the IRA was forced to abandon all their weapons. They're supposed to discard them or destroy them. But this crate of grenades that they had kept incredibly fresh. I mean, all that time. They sold to a third party, and they sold them to basically somebody that could sell them on the internet, do some craft and guile, and eventually several of them were moved via the aircraft. Oddly enough, of all things, moving grenades out of aircraft seems incredibly crazy. Those are private aircraft. I think it had diplomatic immunity, but anyway, they went through the Middle East too. I think they went through Israel, of all things. Anyway, and then they came to the United States, and then this organization, I kind of call them the Dairy Queens. This is not accurate. And they've decided they're going to use them. Two of the grenades were basically brought to approximately where the Seattle Police Department had a gun buyback, the second one they had. And anyway, at that point, the grenades were moved. Of course, they had handguns that they weren't allowed to sell. But that was just crap. They actually had a really nice Colt 45. 1911 model. And but anyway, so one of the grenades was to be used in the martyrdom operation, and the person that took that agreed in exchange for having a sizable amount of money transferred to their families when they finished the martyrdom operation, which I think might be in Seattle or thereabouts. Might be in, I hate to say it, but not too far from Bill Gates. This is a plan, according to the word on the street. That's the beauty of my system. I listen to things nobody listens to, because that's where the information is exchanged. That's how these people work. Yeah, I'm thinking of the Body of Lies. That movie, Ed's dictating a message. But anyway, that's what it is. It's just primitive stuff. It's perfectly situated for secrecy. But the other one was sold to highest bidder, which turned out to be elements of the Mexican drug cartel, who basically were upset with the fact that the Seattle Police Department had been effective in curtailing some of their, transfer of SCAG, and they wanted to punish Seattle, but they also wanted to get some money, so they circulated a photo with serial number of the Russian Soviet hand grenade to various persons associated with the county department of Macy's, Nordstrom's, and other high-end department stores, jewelers too. He said during the St. Patrick's Day parade in 2013, they were going to explode this grenade in the crowd and cause mayhem to chill and kill the shopping season for the remainder of the year, including Christmas. So anyway, but strangely enough, they had this Well, he wasn't a kid. It was like a very small adult in a large baby carriage, and he was holding their grenade. They pulled their pin, and these two Mexicans were pushing the grenade not too far down 4th Avenue north, and I saw them because the CIA had, well, basically they'll figure out the parameters of where they'd be. I don't know how. There's some prediction system, and so I took video of them, and they were put off from doing their business, but they couldn't put their pin of the grenade back into the grenade, and so these motherfuckers had to toss the grenade somewhere. Anyway, they carefully took it out of the hands of a small adult when they got back to their crib, and then they taped it in electrical tape very carefully so that it wouldn't explode. And then Sunday morning, they tossed it from, I think, the Warwick Hotel onto a construction site. It exploded, and I heard it, and I recorded it. But now that's disposed of, but still there's the martyrdom operation I'm concerned about. So anyway, this operation officer we call. I'm in the Vatican right now. I'm not talking to the Pope, though. He took a name that I didn't think he should take. Seriously. Anyway, today's date is yesterday.